Hey, this is Nilay Patel with Verge, and we're looking at Apple's OS X 10.8 Mountain Lion, the first version of OS X to really integrate a lot of iOS features. OS 10.7 Lion integrated a few of these features, but Mountain Lion really takes it farther. The first feature that really jumps out as coming from iOS is a notification center, which you can bring up in a couple ways. You can click the icon in the top right of the screen, or if you have a trackpad, you can swipe from the right using 2 fingers. Once you've opened Notification Center, you can see that notifications pop up from a variety of apps that support it, like Mail, reminders. You can also send tweets right from the top of Notification Center, and when Facebook integration is added in a few months, you'll be able to update Facebook status as well. There are only a few options for notifications. Just like iOS, you can set a banner or an alert that needs to be dismissed, but you can't set where they're placed. They always show up in the top right of the screen. Overall, Notification Center is a great addition to OS X, and it's something that every operating system should really have. But if you're a power user, you're definitely going to be looking for a little bit more. Also new to Mountain Lion is iMessage, which comes with an entirely new app called Messages. iMessages is integrated with iCloud, and iMessages show up across your iPhone, your iPad, and now Mountain Lion. But don't worry, Messages still supports AOL Instant Messenger, Google Talk, and Jabber, just like iChat used to. Apple's also brought some popular iOS apps right to Mountain Lion. Reminders is Reminders. It looks exactly like Reminders on iOS. And Notes is Notes. They've added in some folder support, and it'll sync across all your devices. But it still looks kind of silly, and it has probably the ugliest default font ever shipped on any app for any system. Safari's also been updated in Mountain Lion. It's way faster. It has a new scrolling engine and a lot of new tweaks that make it seem like pretty much the fastest browser you can use. It also has a nice new unified address bar, much like the Chrome Omnibox. You can search right within it. It has a cool new loading indicator. It has a nifty new tab view that lets you see all of your open tabs. A lot of these features are basically already in Chrome, but it's really nice to see them in Safari and in Mountain Lion. One of the best features Apple's brought to Mountain Lion from iOS is the share button. Tons of apps have share buttons in them. Pretty much anything you can quick look, you can share. And you can just pick a service like Facebook or Twitter and share content directly to it. You can even right-click an image in the Finder and share it directly to Twitter. It's really simple and it works really well, but unfortunately the selection of services is limited to what Apple provides. There's no YouTube, for example. Probably my favorite feature in Mountain Lion is AirPlay mirroring, which lets you send your display to an Apple TV at up to 1080p resolution. It works perfectly. It's pretty much completely automatic. The only drawback is it only sends stereo audio, but that's fine for watching web video. You can also just set the system audio output to any AirPlay device, which is great for listening to music. Other third-party apps that offer these features cost $25, so at $20, upgrading to Mountain Lion just for AirPlay isn't actually a bad idea. Apple's also brought dictation to Mountain Lion. It works pretty much exactly as it does in iOS. You hit function twice to turn it on, and then you just talk normally, and it does a pretty good job of transcribing what you say. Please kill all humans. It sends everything up to Apple's servers, so it requires a network connection and doesn't work offline, but when it does work, it works pretty well. One of the wildest features of Mountain Lion is something called Power Nap, which lets the new Retina display MacBook Pro and the newest MacBook Air actually update themselves while they're asleep. They'll back up to Time Machine, they'll sync your photo stream, they'll download new mail, they'll download new software updates. They'll do basically a whole bunch of stuff that you'd like them to do while they're asleep, while they're actually asleep. That's just the surface of Mountain Lion. There's all kinds of other new features. Game Center's been added to OS X. There's a new feature called Gatekeeper, which is a security system that keeps third-party applications from running on your system unless the developer registers with Apple. And there's APIs galore. That's just scratching the surface of Mountain Lion. There are over 200 new features in the operating system. OS X Mountain Lion is available now from the Mac App Store for just $20. It's a lot faster and smoother than Lion. It has a few must-have features like AirPlay mirroring. And if you're a Mac user, it's definitely worth upgrading.